Welcome back to the AEVE podcast studio. I'm your host, Emma Spencer, and today we have the G3 Robotics team with us. Would everyone like to go around and introduce ourselves?
I'm Eli.
Willem.
I'm Matthew.
All right. Now that we have everyone here, would you guys want to explain who you guys are and why you're here today?
Sure. So we are the Geeks, and Gadgets. We are Team 5411. FTC team number is 5411. And we compete at the middle school robotics level with the program FIRST.
Awesome.
And the FIRST is for inspiration and recognition of science and technology. And they host the FTC First Tech Challenge program. And that is the competition that we participate in. They create a game each year, and we participate in that game. So there's like a season, and then there's the three levels, and each team participates in their own level and their own game.
What makes your guys' program stand out?
I'd say our outreach and a lot of stuff that we do.
Awesome. Can you explain what exactly is outreach for your program?
Outreach is when we go out into the community and people can help us learn more about something, and we can use them as a resource to help 3D print something or stuff like that.
Outreach is also a thing where we can go out into the community and tell others who we are, what we do, and all that sorts of stuff.
What drew each of you guys to become a member? This is kind of a personal question, so if we want to go down the table, starting with Eli, what drew you into robotics?
So I've always been kind of like a technology kind of guy, and when I saw the opportunity to join a robotics team, I was like, oh, cool, I can program the robot and that kind of stuff. So I thought it would be the coolest thing to, join up and build a robot.
Awesome.
I wanted to participate in part because I already knew what the program was because my brother was a part of it, and in part because I was being force-fed it through my mother, who is now our coach, and she was starting to coach the season, and I was just going to come along with her.
I just kind of saw it, and I'm just like, ooh, that looks fun, and I just kind of tried it out, and the people there were fun, and it was just an awesome time to hang out with, make new friends, and it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. When it comes to your guys' outreach, do you guys have any non-tech sort of communities coming forth? Have you guys had any sort of interaction like that?
So we try to reach out to both technical and non-technical communities. We non-technical outreach is when we present to places that are separate and don't have any information about what we do, and we just try to expose us to them so we can share who we are and help help the community understand who we are.
An example of the non-tech outreach would be we had recently visited our local Petoskey library and gave a presentation about our season and how we were doing, why we made decisions we did for our robot, all that kind of stuff.
How is outreach viewed or received by your non-robotic peers? If you have any friends, how do they kind of perceive your program? Whenever you guys do competitions and stuff, are your friends, do they ever ask you guys questions, or are they ever curious about joining just based on your guys' experiences?
Sometimes, when you have friends that, hadn't joined the robotics team beforehand, you can, tell them about it, and then I've had things where my friends beforehand had not done it, and I have, and then I thought this was, one of the better experiences I've ever done, and then I told them about it, and then I kind of convinced them to join up, and then they also liked it, so, yeah.
Yeah.
And we also try to expose people who already go to our school who can join the team that aren't already on the team, by either whether it's playing our competitions during lunches so they can see what we actually do, or if it's bringing our robots in to show them how everything works.
Awesome. This is not a direct plug for AEVE, but we've kind of had similar experiences like that. Whenever people get to see the tech in use or get to see these amazing opportunities that we all have, I think kids our age are always more interested in these sort of things. Are you guys interested in moving forward with this as you go into high school? Do you guys think you're going to continue?
I'm already a part of the high school team.
Oh,
so,
awesome. Yeah. Cool.
I think I'm definitely gonna join up again because this, like I said before, this is probably one of the better experiences in my life. Yeah, I just think it's awesome opportunity and it's fun.
Awesome. Matthew?
I haven't really decided yet, so.
What impact have you witnessed during outreach? What is the value of outreach in each of your opinions?
to really communicate like how we like to be a team and what we can provide to the community and what we can, like, how we can benefit the people around us.
Can you guys think of a time where you went out to an outreach and something unexpected happened that you actually learned something beneficial from?
So we've been able to work with the college in our area to like learn about opportunities they offer, and it's really interesting to learn about like what we can do in our future and what is around us and like how like what is happening already close by that we can take part in.
What has been your overall favorite outreach event?
I'd say my favorite outreach event is going to the STEM day with all the fourth graders, and they gotta drive a robot around. And so last year for our game, one of the like things that you had to do or could do is put like a paper airplane on your robot and launch it. And what we did, we got our robot and we made them, they made paper airplanes, and we had a contest of who can like launch it the farthest.
Fun. Why do you think you enjoyed that so much?
Probably just like introducing that to like fourth graders and people there.
Awesome. What about you, Willem?
So over the summer, we helped run a multi-week Lego camp with North Central Michigan College, and we were able to increase the number of kids that could come from like 20 to over 60, and it was really, like, I enjoyed seeing how the kids like worked with the materials we had and the like the parts of our program.
I'd have to agree with Willem on that one. I was also a part of the Lego camp at our local college, and it was a great opportunity for all the kids. Like Willem had said, beforehand they could only have 20 kids. Then it shot up to 60, which was awesome because more kids got to experience it. I liked helping out with it. It was so cool to see how the kids were creative with the materials that they were provided, and it was just an overall awesome experience.
Yeah. What age group of kids were you guys helping out?
It was more like fourth graders around that area, and that was like the first part of the day, and then we broke for lunch, and then after that we had like middle schoolers, like 6th through 8th graders
Awesome.
come in, so all around.
Were you teaching any kids that were older than you? And if so, what was that kind of dynamic?
So yes, we did have, like I said before, there was like fourth graders like around elementary in the first part of the day. Then after that we did 6th through 8th graders. At the time I was in 7th grade, so there were some 8th graders in there. I just tried to like work it out, help them, treat them how I want to be treated.
That must have been really cool to be like younger than them, but still be kind of the one teaching.
Yeah,
That's a
it
really
was
unique experience. Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah.
And some of the people from the camp have joined our team, so
Oh, awesome.
it's been good to see that as a recruitment opportunity.
Are kids from other schools allowed to join, or is it just Petoskey schools?
At the camp?
At the camp or in your program as a
So
whole?
at the camp, yeah, it was lots of people from all over. But yeah, our team is only from our middle school.
What are some ideas that you guys have for future outreach events? What would you like to do for some of the upcoming events?
One of the upcoming events that we have is that we do a fundraiser. We had done this fundraiser last year. It's a candy cane sale at our middle school, and we gather at every lunch and we sell candy canes, which all the kids enjoy a lot. I believe we brought the robot. Last year too. I'm not 100% sure, but I would also love to bring the robot as well to show them how far we've come this year. And it's just great to tell everybody like what we do, and it's great to get the kids involved at school.
Yeah, because we build a new robot every year. They haven't seen what this what we've done so far, so it's different.
Matthew?
At the school, we do like a lot of stuff too. I remember last year in our off season, the high school was in their season, so we had to find a room that we could like do our off season and like outreach stuff. So the middle school had a room that we could go into, and we used that too.
So
Yeah, and then kids at school saw us around the building more, and that was good for people to ask questions about what we're doing and who we were.
And for like teachers, because like they could like oh, what's going on in there, and like ask questions on what we're doing.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know what we do.
Yeah, it was just another great way to get involved since it was right there in middle school. So we could just, they had questions about it, we could answer them there.
awesome. Have you guys been able to use the skills that you've earned in your robotics club outside of it? Like in your personal lives or doing other sort of activities?
So before, when I was in 6th grade, I didn't really like know that much stuff about robotics and like the technology and like that stuff. And after going through last seasons in robotics, my grandpa got a 3D printer, and I learned how to like 3D print and do all sorts of that stuff.
Some of the stuff that I learned, yes, I have implemented it in my life and school because when I started robotics in 7th grade, I was on the programming team, but then I'd switched over to the media team, which works on writing stuff that tells people about our team. So I have implemented that because, like, beforehand, I did not like to write a lot, like, at all, but then I joined the media team, and I worked on writing, and then at school, I was a lot better at, like, writing, like, reports and that kind of stuff for classes.
Yeah, so I wasn't aware. Do you guys have kind of different sections that you could be in for the robotics team? Are there different sort of clubs?
We have four sub teams. Yeah, we have design, build, programming, and media. And build is responsible for constructing the robot. Design is our CAD modeling and
Thinking of like the ideas
ideas
of what we should do.
Yeah, and then programming is coding it. Media writes about what we've done over the season, and that is given to our panel of judges, and the judges can give us awards that can help us go further as a team, so to states or to worlds. And if your robot isn't as competitive and you're not winning everything, the awards are very important, and that's a strong it's very influential to the success of your team.
Awesome. So this is going to be kind of two questions in one. First of all, are students allowed to be in multiple at the same time? Are they allowed to be in multiple stages?
Yeah. So last year at the beginning of the season and kind of the middle, I was on the build team and I helped build a lot of the robot. And our team has doubled in size from last year to this year. I was on the build team at the start of the season. And then, towards the end, once we had it, all built, I kind of helped the programming side of it.
So cool.
You can do both, kind of.
Yeah.
Which stage would be your guys' favorite to participate in? Have you guys tried them all?
Not really. My favorite is building, just because, it's fun for me.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm in general a part of a lot of it. And I enjoy being hands-on everywhere.
Yeah, like I said before, I started off with programming, but then I kind of moved over to the media side of things, and I like media a lot more. And there are kids this year on our team that are already involved in both at the same exact time. There are kids in programming and then media, build then media, a lot of stuff to go around.
So I see we have two fabulous awards right here. Would you guys like to explain what each of them are for?
So we have the Connect Award and the Think Award.
Which one's which?
This here is the Think Award. This is the award that we got at our Pelson qualifier.
It's for communicating the engineering process through our writing and our portfolio.
Awesome.
And then the Connect Award is outreach and connection with our community. And that's from the state final.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were both from our portfolio and outreach and stuff. That conveys the message that the bot competition is important, yet the portfolio is also just as important.
You guys mentioned 3D modeling. Which programs or platforms do you like to use for this?
So as a team, we use Onshape. It's free for schools, and it's web-based, so we don't have to download anything, or we can use it on our school devices.
What is the best way for people to help and support your group?
We have sponsors on the back of our shirts every year. So every year we get sponsors, and they pay money to be on the back of our shirts. All those donations just help us, like all those sponsorships help us to buy new
Equipment and
equipment. Yep.
stuff to like help our robotics seed.
So is it one robot every year? Is it multiple? What does that sort of process
So
look like?
we have like 2 teams. There's 5411 and there's
8621.
8621. And 8621 is the blue team and 5411 is the green team.
Yeah, they call them sister teams. Like they work in the same space, yet they're 2 separate teams.
They build 2 separate robots.
As someone that has like no idea of anything about the robotics community, what do those numbers signify?
The lower your number is like the number, like so 5411, right? We would be the 5,411th team to join the FTC community.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They're in the tens of thousands now.
There's a lot of the 5-digit teams out there, so it's kind of cool that we get to be in the early stages.
The elite club. You
Yeah.
guys are like VIPs at this point.
And I remember when we were at our state competition, we were like,
The 3rd oldest team.
Yeah.
Yeah. At Pelston, we are the oldest.
yeah,
Yeah, it was
which
pretty
is
cool.
really cool.
How about that? If you guys were to try to convince someone at your school to be in the robotics team, what would you say to them to try to get them to come into your club?
So I did convince one of my friends last year because our coaches were like, we need another person for one of the teams. So I was just like, oh, one of my friends, his name is TJ. I was just like, oh yeah, he might be interested in it. So then I like in the hall, I was like, hey TJ, you should join robotics. It's a lot of fun. I was like, okay. And then he like signed up and he joined the team and it was a lot of fun with him.
Yeah,
Awesome.
there's really something for everybody on the team because we have the 4 sub teams, right? We got the build, design, media, programming. There's really something for everybody there. So somebody likes computer stuff, media and programming, like building stuff, that kind of stuff. It's just something everybody can do.
Does your program operate during school hours? Like, is it a class that your school offers, or is this an after-school extracurricular?
It's an after-school thing. We usually start at like 4, then we end later than most clubs would, like 7, 8, that kind of stuff. We spend more time in the lab when it's near the competition time because we really gotta grind stuff out if we don't have stuff done.
We are getting close to a competition. We have a competition in Pelston on December 7th.
You can come see like our robot because we have our pits, which you can like come in and look at.
It's also just a great thing for like anybody to go see, not just for like their team, but for like any team. It's just a really cool experience to see the team's robots, like the challenges they face. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, for anyone interested, it is going to be at 11 o'clock for the opening ceremonies at the middle or high school building. Or they're one building together, actually. We noticed that your guys' logo this year is actually an anglerfish. Can you explain the significance of it? We see Matthew is sporting it. Very nice.
So,
Eli, you can go.
okay. So this year there's a theme every year. Last year it was center stage. It was more of an art theme, and this year it's into the deep. That's like a water theme thing. So we decided to do an anglerfish since they are a deep water fish that just kind of fits our team, I think.
And then the blue team, none of us here are on the blue team. And the blue team shirt is a sea turtle,
Cool.
which that's pretty cool too.
Who decides your guys' theme for the year?
The FTC.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
first.
Yeah, First Robotics.
Who designed your guys' logo?
I'm pretty sure Owen did, he's another person on our team.
Shout out to Owen.
Yep. Usually it's the media team that does all the designing and stuff. Like we do the portfolio, right? That's writing. We do designs for our T-shirts, our buttons, stickers, all that kind of stuff. All of our merchandise, we kind of design all that. And then as a team this year, we vote on our shirt design. There's multiple designs made for all this stuff, and we all come together as a team to vote on it.
So in terms of outreach of your guys' program, how far have you guys reached? Like Willem, have you reached out of this county?
Yes.
What about out of the state?
Yes.
Out of the country?
Mm-hmm.
How far have you reached?
So we were in communications with an astronaut on the International Space Station, and we were able to learn about what robotics it looks like in space.
And you didn't mention this before.
No.
So you have a friend on the International Space Station that you Skype with.
I wouldn't go that far, but sure.
So you guys are basically besties. How cool is that? Can you guys kind of explain participating in BBOT and explain what that is?
BBOT is a beach cleaning robot that goes along on beaches and sifts through sand to find garbage that has been left on the beaches, and it helps like find out what's actually an issue and what's actually left on beaches. So like that problem can be better solved.
What do you guys do with the data that you collect? Who do you give it to?
The Great Lakes Plastic Cleanup, they're an organization that is working to clean the Great Lakes.
When it comes to your guys' field trips, what are some of the kinds of places you've explored?
One place that we've explored was the water treatment facility.
We went there, and since it was into the deep, we thought, hey, let's go to the water treatment facility and learn about it. So we went there, and they kind of taught us about the whole process of treating the water and then releasing it back out into the lakes. They take all the big things out first with a machine, and then they kind of they put the water with some smaller stuff in it in the sink. Then they have a bunch of aerators in the water that make it so all the solid stuff sink to the bottom, and then I forget the other stuff, but then it goes somewhere else, and then I think they release it back into the lakes. But yeah, it's pretty cool to learn about.
Yeah, what kind of things did you guys see during that field trip? Did you guys see any sort of scientific work going on? Yeah,
so about halfway through the tour, they took us to this little room where they have a couple scientists in there they take little samples of their water, their supposed clean water, and then they look at it through a microscope to make sure that it is good and able to be released back into the lakes.
Awesome. Are they all wearing white lab coats?
No, but I believe they had some hanging up somewhere.
They were on site.
Yeah.
Well, then they're real.
Exactly.
Gotta make sure. How do you guys include the community in your program?
One way that we include our program is when we went to the public library and we not really tested our speech. We make sure that it was good for an audience, that all the if it was longer, so that we know we should improve or take out of our presentation for when we're at the judges. It's better.
Yeah, it was good practice for our speeches because some people they're not very good at, they just don't like talking in front of other people. So it was good practice because there was quite a few people at the library, and it was good for the kids to learn how to talk in front of crowds because they're going to need that a little bit. There won't be as many people, but it's a good skill to have. And we also, our previous season, we went to the Friendship Center, where it's a place where a bunch of senior people can go there and do activities and that kind of stuff. We did a presentation there last year, and they all seemed to really enjoy it. There was a lot of people asking questions afterwards. It was just fun.
Yeah, and one of our goals is to see what the community doesn't know and be able to better answer their questions.
If any sorts of different robotics team were interested in doing their own sort of outreach, how would you guys recommend doing that? What would you kind of guide them? What course?
I would say try to go out into your community and see what other people know, or people on your teams, family members, if they're they know stuff about CAD or building stuff, and just kind of look out into your community and see what's there.
Another thing you can do is it's a great thing to do, including the theme, Into the Deep, water themed. Last year at Center Stage, that was art themed. This year, like we had said, we had went to the water treatment plant. That includes the water. And last season, we had a couple of people come in. There was a tattoo artist that came in and taught us about that process, which included art. because tattoos are very much art. And we had a lady come in. I forget what she was talking about, but it also had something to do with art.
Color
It was
theory.
like how to like contrast the like colors.
Yeah, color theory and like the process.
So what kind of support do you guys have?
We have a lot of support and like our school board, some of our teachers, and like our principal, our superintendent, Dr. Leslie, which is our superintendent. He like comes to like all of our competitions and like he like gets our shirts, our team shirts, and like all of our pins, and like it's just like a lot of support.
Yeah. It's really interesting how you guys as a team are kind of weaving the community together, bringing everyone towards a common goal, I suppose. Did the team grow at all between this year and last year?
I'd say like a crazy amount because before it felt like we only had like 5 people on the team. Now it feels like we have
there
like
were
the
teams
whole
between
city.
6 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, and now they're like upwards of 12, 13. Yeah.
Why do you guys think that is?
I think it's just because before we didn't really have that like good like outreach in the school and like telling people about G3 robotics in the school. And like last year we kind of like focused on that too to like tell like our 6th graders that hey, this is robotics and you can do our Little League Lego League, which is like they can build a Lego robot, which is like a different competition. That's like it's not like ours, but it's with Lego, and that's how I think that we got it. We like got our word out more.
What impact would you guys like to see for the future of your community?
We would like to see our program grow in size and thrive and have people who have been a part of it come back and help in our community so other people can see the opportunities that FIRST provides and what they can do close by with what they've learned.
And for this, the program to go on for like years to come, like not just like a few, like 2 or 3 more years, like 15 or like 30, like really keep the program going on and on and on.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity because you learn all these things in robotics, and then eventually once you're out of the robotics loop, it may give future insight on jobs that you may be interested in, and it'll just help you a lot.
That was a perfect segue because I was just about to ask your future in jobs. I know you guys are still middle schoolers and there's plenty of time to think about these things, but what are you guys looking into as job opportunities and how will this program help with that?
I was maybe thinking about being like an engineer or like help build like stuff like that.
I don't really have an idea, but if anything, I've always been like the kind of technology guy, and I would like to go something towards technology.
I would like broad options, and I like understand this is like a way to like further what my opportunities are and like see that as something that can help me in my future.
I'm really glad that we got you 3 as a group because it's kind of the broad answers that when you ask kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? We have someone that kind of knows what they want, someone who's got no idea, and someone that's kind of in between. It's just really interesting.
Another thing of outreach that we did was Google sponsored us with Crunch Labs, and they sent us, I don't know how many, but a lot of these hack packs. Which, if I open, it's a turret right here that you can see on that. It's a turret, and they have like all sorts of parts in here.
What does it do?
So you get a controller, which is somewhere in here, and it like you can spin it around. This can go like up and down, and like it shoots like little darts here, and like you can like shoot your family members and like that.
Oh,
Okay.
that's unique.
Pleasant.
Like if one of your brothers steals some of your candy, you can like shoot them.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Nice. How in the world did you guys get involved with Google? Why are they sending you guys things?
Google worked with Crunch Labs to distribute hack packs to FTC teams, so we can like have more engineering opportunities. And we took our kits and we like ran a class with 6th graders to show them like let them experience engineering and building things.
I think that's about it for questions that we have. Thank you all for coming in today and answering our questions. We appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Well,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Yeah, thank you.